Brenda Edwards rushed to West London to help sex education's Reece Richards after he was allegedly kicked by officers in a heartbreaking incident. Reece, who stars as Eugene in the hit Netflix series, claims he was the victim of an unlawful arrest and police misconduct after he returned home from appearing in Hairspray the Musical on the West End. The incident, which took place in Fulham, West London, near the actor's home in the early hours of September 4. The actor explained his mom, who watched the horrifying incident take place, phoned presenter Brenda for help. Brenda rushed to the scene and arrived 20 minutes later, at which point the police officer's attitude allegedly shifted. On Instagram, Reece explained, "I had just finished performing in Hairspray the Musical when a car crashed near me. Two men, one white and one Asian, jumped out. One started running in one direction, and the other ran toward me where I stood with my suitcase. Realizing the police were chasing them, I shouted, 'He ran down there, officer,' and pointed out the direction they fled. Despite hearing me, the officer shouted that I was under arrest and demanded I get on the ground. I was confused, unable to understand why I was suddenly being treated like a criminal. Calmly, I explained that I was a performer returning from a show, but one officer yelled, 'Get to the floor or I'll pepper spray you.'" Reece continued, "Moments later, 3 more officers ran at me. They pepper sprayed me, kicked my legs out from under me, threw me to the ground and handcuffed me. In a flash, I was face down on the pavement with multiple officers holding me down, forcing my head into the ground. I was already injured from the show, but having 4 officers on top of me worsened my injuries to my back, ribs, and stomach. I couldn't see anything, but I could hear my mom nearby screaming and crying, begging them to let me go. Although I couldn't see her, her distress was clear, so I asked her to call Brenda Edwards, the director of Hairspray, a family friend and well-known daytime TV host. Brenda arrived around 20 minutes later, and immediately the officer's attitude shifted. After reviewing body cam footage, they agreed to release me. That feeling of helplessness will never leave me. I've been stopped and searched before, but never have I been arrested or treated like this. Witnesses have told me that the culprits were also handcuffed, but were not pepper sprayed." The actor explained he was on FaceTime with some of my cast from Hairspray at the time and found the whole experience embarrassing, deeply upsetting, and exhausting. He also revealed he has lodged formal complaints with the IPOC and the Met Police. Hairspray UK shared their support of Reece on Instagram in a statement which read, "We stand in full support and solidarity with Reece Richards, a valued member of our cast who was wrongfully targeted by the MET police whilst making his way home after a performance of Hairspray the Musical. We strongly condemn any form of racism and discrimination. We are in close contact with Reece and are offering him our full support during this difficult time." A spokesperson for the Met Police said, "We are aware of a video circulating on social media of a man being detained in the Fulham area. Officers often find themselves in dynamic, challenging situations and have to make split-second judgments on which course of action to take. Officers had been pursuing 3 men who had run out of a car that had crashed in Fulham Palace Road after it failed to stop for police. It is clear the man shown in the footage was an innocent bystander, and he was de-arrested as soon as this was established by officers at the scene. All officers know any use of force must be proportionate and reasonable, and they understand their actions will be scrutinized. A complaint has been received in relation to his arrest. This is currently being assessed by officers from the Met's Directorate of Professional Standards, TPS, along with other material including the officer's body-worn video footage. None of the officers involved are subject to restrictions at this time.